Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope it's been a very good one for you this year. Welcome back to another challenge. This time I attempted to beat Pokemon Crystal using only one Delibird. The rules I followed for this channel were simple. I would use no items in battle, no glitches or exploits, and I can only use Delibird for combat. Other Pokemon in my party will only be used for HMs. Our journey started in New Barktown, where Professor Elm gifted us Santa's little helper, and we took off toward Mr. Pokemon's house to receive an egg. But something unfortunate about Delibird is that by level up, it only learns to move present. And for those of you who don't know what present does, that means we have a variety of different things this move can do. 40% of the time will deal 40 base power, 30% of the time 80 base power, 10% of the time 120 base power, and that final 20%, because the world is oh so cruel, we heal the opponent by a quarter of their HP. Just to put it into perspective how bad I am with luck, here's our first battle. I fucking hate it here. Anyway, with that little rant / explanation out of the way, on our way back to the lab, we run into the Grinch, who challenges me to a battle. He was supposed to have Cyndaquil, but I'm an idiot and replaced the wrong Pokemon. Oh well. Anyway, we lucked out with Present, only healing him one time out of 3. Could have been 2, that's all I'm saying. After returning to the lab, we deliver the egg and head towards Violet City and take on Faulkner, the flying type gym leader. This match was a little concerning as well. I still only had Present as my only attacking move at this time, not getting my first TM to learn a move until after beating him, which is Mud Slap. Pidgey was simple enough, just going down without really doing too much healing and damaging and so forth. Pidgeotto, however, took us low. We lucked out with a high roll on Present and not healing him once. And with that, I not only get the Zephyr badge, but our first real attacking move in Mud Slap. TLDR, our moveset ain't gonna be complete till we beat Price. Arriving in Azalea Town, I once again run into the Grinch, who wants the battle. Man, he just really wants to ruin Christmas, doesn't he? His Ghastly was no match for Santa's little helper, going down without much resistance to a Mud Slap. Barely for snacks, so I used Present, hoping not to heal him. We nearly go down before taking it out. Zubat was last, and I'm forced to Present, as Mud Slap doesn't affect it. It pays off, winning us the fight, but only at 11 HP remaining. Gym leader Bugsy now, and his Metapod goes down without any resistance really, tackling us once. I mean, it's a Metapod. Kakuna, same thing, goes down without any issues whatsoever. And Scyther's last, and I'm forced into Present. This could be bad. Especially since the first 2 turns, it tries to heal it at full health. You're fucking kidding me. However, we do manage to take him out, with only half of our HP remaining by the end of it. That could have been much, much worse. Thank God for high rolls. Our next destination was in the Alex Forest, where we got Headbutt, yet another move for our Delibird. Thank God, Present no longer is needed. Then, head on into Goldenrod City, buy the TM for Blizzard, and take on Whitney. And it's Whitney, so this match scares me. But it scared me so much more than it needed to. Clefairy wasn't a problem, as Metronome only used Scratch, so yay. But Miltank, almost one-shot me with a single rollout. If Blizzard had missed, I would have lost that match. Thank God accuracy was on my side. For getting that close call, I head into Ecrotech City to take on Morty, but not before the Grinch spoils our fun. Haunter was no issue killing itself with a curse. Magnemite's a complete germ freak, fainting at the sight of mud. And then Bayleaf and Zubat just couldn't handle the cold. So with that out of the way, I take on Morty, cause I ain't afraid of no ghost. His Ghastly decided to figure out what Santa's little helper tastes like before going down, and then the rest of his team was reminded of the time they all froze to death together trying to climb Mount Everest. I then head across the sea to Cianwood and take on Chuck Norris, and despite having only 2 Pokemon on his team, we nearly lost. Primeape was no issue, but Poliwrath tanked our attacks. And then Dynamic Punch always confuses the target, so on top of Blizzard being inaccurate, we also get a breakthrough confusion if we get hit. Luckily, Dynamic Punch is also pretty inaccurate, as when we're put to sleep, it misses a shit ton. So after that quick nap, we end up winning the fight, but we also smacked ourselves around a tiny bit. After beating Chuck Norris, his wife is like, "Wow, you guys are awesome, here, go fly around and tell people about how you beat Chuck Norris," which also happens to be yet another move for a moveset, consisting currently of Mudslap, Headbutt, Blizzard, and Fly. Hey Jasmine, guess what? You're no match for me. Her Magnemites were both clean freaks who couldn't handle even a tiny bit of mud, and then her Steel Dildo either snapped in half or shrunk like a stack of dimes after having to endure the cold. And then our next stop after that match was Mahogany Town, where I grabbed their last 2 moves. First with a Rocket Hideout being Thief, replacing Mudslap, and then I take on Price for the other, Icy Wind. And his team was no match for our Headbutts, because they single-handedly took down this gym. You know, if you're stubborn enough, you can headbutt for any situation. Our final pit stop, however, is in Blackthorn City, where we take on the only gym that we have an advantage against, while knowing a move that actually has stab. Anyway, Claire was literally as easy as I thought. None of her Dragonairs could survive a single Icy Wind. Kingdra was able to tank 1 before going down. And like the sore loser she was, she cries like a little piss baby. So I go tell on her dad, who makes her give us the gym badge that we rightfully beat the absolute crap out of her for. And then I take off for the Pokemon League. But right before I exit Victory Road, the Grinch pops out of nowhere, and he seems a little bit more pissed off than usual. Probably because I skipped our last match from Goldenrod City. Buddy, I did you a favor there. You couldn't do shit against me. Anyway, he makes me truly pay for it, as his Magneton causes us so many problems, paralyzing us. Magneton itself may not have done much, but a combination with Haunter turned it into Parafusion, which is confusion and paralysis for those who don't understand that terminology. But right before we go down, he puts that final nail in the coffin by using Curse, dooming us. So we end up going down. The Grinch truly stole Christmas.